We are Atlanta's luxury marketing plus brand design agency.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Dorico Swink here today on behalf of the Swink Agency.
Sandra Swink here today on behalf of the Swink Agency.
And today, we're going to be talking about the do's and don'ts of marketing.
Oh, yes. Pretty hot topic. So,
sure.
You guys have been sending them comments and hitting up the IMs asking, hey, what am I doing wrong here when it comes to my marketing? Or am I doing something right? So we wanted to stop in and just drop a few little tips for y'all. So, today, we're going to let you know what are the do's and don'ts of marketing. So, starting out, what you do want to do, of course, is figure out what your goals are. You can't start a campaign if you don't know what your goals are. You don't know what you're going to be shooting for. So we recommend doing about 3 different goals. Are you doing a marketing campaign to get more clients? Or are you doing a campaign to get more money, to increase your sales? Or are you simply doing it for just the exposure, just putting yourself out there to build your brand recognition?
Should they always have a goal in mind?
You should always have a goal in mind. If not, you're chasing your tail.
Okay.
That goal
because
is
I'm thinking about
one.
the person who wants to get started, but they may not know exactly, what they want to get out of it just yet, outside of making more money or something like that.
Right. And going through that mindset.
Because sometimes a business can actually turn into something bigger than you envision.
That's true, but after a lot of trials and tribulations. So to cut out some of that trial and error, you want to go to your goals. When our clients come to us, it's the first thing I ask, what are your goals and objectives for your business? And they're like, I don't know. What should be my goals? Right. And we get into that conversation immediately. You know why you need a goal? Because every company feeds off of that. It starts with your goal, and then all of your milestones just kind of trickle down from there.
Right.
So without a goal, you can still operate. You still can have a successful marketing campaign, but then again, your budget you have to consider too. So if you don't have a goal, you're going to spend a lot of money chasing one avenue, and then you figure out that's not going to work.
Okay, so let me switch it to the other side. What if they have too many goals? What then?
If you have too many goals, I still suggest you start with 3 per campaign, regardless of how big or how small your campaign is, because just narrowing down to 3 kind of increases your chances of a successful campaign. If you start with 12 goals, you're increasing your chances of increasing your budget, increasing your team. You have to hire more people to perform more duties, and just based on experience, anything over 3 at one time, you're stretching yourself short just a little bit.
No doubt. I think personally with goals, it's a very important thing. I know with us, it seems like I come up with a different goal every day, especially after we reach one, and then I'm like, okay, we did that, now we can do this.
Right.
So,
right.
I think a lot of times, especially in marketing, goal setting is the nature of the sport,
yeah.
And, but the thing is, I feel like you have to be super active and, be in a mindset of reaching that goal, doing what it takes to reach that goal. Mm-hmm. Whether it be sitting down and coming up with a serious game plan, like a business plan, financial blueprint, whatever the case may be. Sometimes it might just be as simple as knowing people or having different types of resources that can help you reach that goal quicker. So
yeah.
I just think, you just have to know for yourself what you want out of it, and then make the proper steps to go get it.
Yeah. So number 1, do not start a marketing campaign without figuring out what your goals are.
Know what you're gonna do.
Yes, sir.
Know what you're gonna do. Let's talk about budget.
Oh yeah, so budget is definitely number 2.
Budget is one of those things that kind of scares a lot of people, especially when it comes to starting a business. How much is this going to cost me?
Right.
What's my overhead looking like once I do get started? All that types of stuff.
Right.
And I know you get these questions all the time on consultations and stuff. So can you speak to that a little bit about budget?
So your budget, you definitely need one. A lot of people, like you said a minute ago, start their business with no budget. That's okay, if you're doing like this whole guerrilla marketing thing, because you may not know what you need. Mm-hmm. It's okay, but eventually you're going to hit a roadblock. You're going to either you're going to run out of money because you're investing a lot into one avenue instead of dispersing it where it should, or you're going to run out of ideas. You're going to get to the end of the road and you're like, well, we've done all this, now what? So when you do your campaign, you definitely need a budget. You have to figure out what's too low. You have to figure out what's moderately priced and what's too high. And what I mean is when you set your goals up, you have to determine how far am I going to take this goal. So if my goal is to make sure We have, say, 100 clients per month, just throwing out some random stuff. If your goals is to obtain 100 clients per month, you have to figure out what it's going to take to get that. Of course, there's advertising and promotion. You have to do that. You have to figure out who you got to pay, whether it's social media team, whether it's a PR team, your marketing agency, So you have to determine that, how much money are we really willing to invest in this overall campaign, and just work yourself backwards from there. And the only way to do that is research. Every marketing campaign comes with thorough research. You have to figure out how much does that cost to hire somebody to do, their intricate parts of my plan. How much is it going to cost when it comes to raw materials for things, So if say you're a marketing agency, you need t-shirts, you need the blank apparels and things like that to make those custom tees. So raw materials is t-shirts. You have to figure out, if I'm targeting 100 clients, what does that look like t-shirt wise?
Basically, you have to break everything down to a dollar amount, is what you're saying?
Yeah, you definitely need, what I always suggest is 3 prices: a low budget, a moderate budget, and a high budget. And with each of those come quality. When you're hiring somebody on a low budget end, you're gonna get a low budget.
I tell you one thing. I hear a lot of clients say, "Wow, I didn't think of that." You guys are putting me on so many different ideas that I didn't think of. And I always think that that's okay, you know what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna think of everything.
Right.
And to what you're saying, you should try to think as many things as you can that's possible. But if you don't think of everything, that's why you hire a marketing agency, because now you have the resources to have that other brain, if you will, to think about the stuff that you aren't necessarily thinking about, but that's going to help you in the long run.
Exactly. And then also that budget, when you do hire that marketing agency, it's their job to do that research for you. It's their job to point you in the right direction and tell you, based on what your goal is, based on what you want to do, this is what you need.
Right.
They're not going to tell you how deep your pockets are. They're going to ask you, what is your budget? If you really want to do it this way, it's going to take about this much. And then it's up to you as a business owner to say, yes, let's do it, or no, let's not do it.
Okay, so I kind of want to shift gears a little bit, because you're making me think about something. When it comes to services and stuff like that, like we do offer, a la carte services, but, we always sell packages more than anything.
Right.
Why do you think packages sell more than a la carte services, the little one-offs?
Oh man, that's easy. So packages is kind of like your one-stop shop for your budget. Purchasing a la carte, it requires you to pay full price for each and every product and service that you purchase, whether that's us or any other agency. So bundling kind of gives you the price break, because if we're doing your social media, we're putting together your business plan, we're doing your logo, it makes sense to go ahead and get strategies and all that, because if not, we're going to look at that you like, okay, what are your goals? I don't know. Okay, well, come back when you do have those goals, because you didn't purchase strategy. You didn't purchase a full VIP plan that comes with strategy, social media, and all that. So bundling will give you that extra value. It gives you extra services and more time and money, basically.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
Don't get the best bang for your buck that you can.
Pretty much.
And the best way to do it, as far as with the Swink agency, is to purchase packages. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If you want the a la carte, you want to build your brand slow, and you want to do it step by step. Today you want to get business cards, in a month you want to get flyers, and this, that, and third. That's totally fine.
Yeah.
But just know you're not gonna get the most bang for your buck.
Right.
You're still gonna get the same quality, same service, and all that good stuff. But packaging, you kind of get a bird's eye view of everything that you're gonna get, over time throughout the project process.
Exactly. It's just the value is just there.
Yeah.
We do sell more packages than we do a la carte, so that's a great thing.
For sure.
And this lets I know, our clients, they listen. They're paying for their expertise, and they actually listen to our advice, which is a good thing. So.
Okay.
That brings me to another point too. What you don't want to do is hire a team, whether it's a PR team, a marketing team, a creative team, and you're paying them, but you're not letting them do their job. Now, when I say let, I really mean you're not letting them do their job. it goes in with any industry. You have it, the client comes in, they hire the team to do the job. Whoever's in charge of the project kind of delegates those tasks, and then you have the entrepreneur, the CEO over their shoulder, like, okay, well, I want it this way, I want to do it that way. And it's like, now you're kind of stepping on the toes of your project manager or your marketing director or whoever you've hired, because you're paying them to do the hard thinking. You're paying them to delegate tasks and do the hard work. Right. So when you come in and put your personal spin on things, it's not frowned on, but for me, it's unprofessional. Kind of think of it as, if you want to add your input, you don't have to ask because it's your money, but think about it. Whatever you're great at, what you want somebody to hire you and then stop you from doing your job, or, that micromanaging type thing. Yeah. So when you do hire a professional to run your campaign, let them do their job. If you do have valuable feedback and you feel like maybe they're going the right way, pull the project manager or the director to the side, right, and address that as the CEO, something's going on with your project, instead of, do this that way. I don't like this, I don't like that, right, because that kind of ruins the relationship professionally.
And I think to keep the relationship going professionally, to your point, you have to keep those open lines of communication open.
Right.
If there's a concern, address it at the head of it and get to the bottom of it. If there's not any concern and it's just, well, I just want it my way, that's cool, but this isn't Burger King. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're here to help you,
yeah,
and we're here to help you generate, more money, whatever the case may be, whatever the expectations are. Mm-hmm. That's what we hit the ground running with that in mind. One thing I want to talk about too, how do you feel about, okay, we got the perfect client, mm-hmm, but they don't have the perfect support system, meaning they might not want to see you go up like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're already doing everything you're supposed to be doing, but that support system, they see you're starting to jump out there a little bit more. Your prices is going up, your quality getting a little better, mm-hmm, you're generating more money, but their support starts tanking even more. Speak to that aspect. Is that something that's expected to happen, or is that just case by case?
Are you meaning the client support from their outside circle, or their team, or their support?
Because I just hear a lot of people talk about, their lack of support that they have.
Oh, that's actually common. A lot of you guys know, when you're starting your own business, you have your friends, you have your whole support system, your friends, your family. Everybody loves you when you're not popping. But the moment you start putting those plans in motion, that's when stuff usually goes left. Not for everybody, but it's common. So expect that to happen. Expect some friends and families to pull back their support. And my professional opinion is it's needed, because it kind of makes you create that thick skin. If you see the most closest people to you fall at the wayside when you're trying to be your greatest, to me as an entrepreneur, that shows you anybody can do it. Right. If your mama, daddy, sister, brother, cousin, dog, rat, whoever, just all of a sudden decide, hey, I'm not gonna support you no more. Whether it stop liking it, whether it stop, talking to you on the phone, whatever they do to withdraw that, let them do it. Right. Let them do it, because it's only gonna make you greater. It's gonna push you to seek and to network with like-minded people. For sure. Sometimes that's what it takes. Some people need that, to be honest. Me personally, I needed a little extra push, because you know how I am. I talk to everybody, I'm friendly to everybody, and I expect the same thing back. And then the moment I don't, kind of like, oh, okay, it's like that. All right, cool. Thank you for showing me that. Pivot over here, and then that communication is cut. So to me, it's kind of like,
I
don't
believe
support
in
me.
Setting a tone from the jump.
Right.
No matter what business, no matter what industry, no matter what type of client you deal with, people have different personalities.
That's true.
There's different business personalities.
That's true.
But I think the best way to deal with so many different personalities is to know who you are first. You know what I'm saying? And set that tone and say, hey, look, I'm here to help you, but I'm not for the BS. You know what I'm saying?
And then what I've learned in that too, to that point, sometimes you tone it down a little bit. I've had cases to where, a client is comfortable and they're like, hey, I don't want to go toward the million. I kind of want to stay teeter-tottering here. Mm-hmm. And, our ambition is like, no, we can get you there. If this is what you want to do, don't think small, go here. And, we've had clients pull back a little bit, like, nah, I'm just kind of want to stay on my little shell for a little bit. What do you do in that situation? Because we're not them type of people. Right. You pull back professionally. And at that point, I'm like, I'm paid. I'm going to do what I'm paid to do. Mm-hmm. So if our ambitions are too big for your brand, we increase it just a little bit. We have no choice, because my thing is keep the client comfortable. So even though we know, man, this could be $1 million brand in a few years, if they don't see it, we give them the tools and show them how to do it. And if they still don't see it, then we pull back a little bit, because what you don't want to do is give them a great campaign, and then when our hands are off, they're just like, I'm scared, I don't want to do it,
right.
And then the whole campaign goes.
But see, that's the thing. Throughout the campaign, we're prepping them the whole time.
Right.
You know, to be comfortable with jumping out here and being the face of your company, or, you know, just being whatever you need to be for your company to go to the next level.
Right.
But you're right. We do bump into people that aren't so comfortable in the spotlight or whatever. But the thing is, it's like you almost have to, right? You almost have to, unless you have a brand ambassador who's own it just like that, you know.
Well, I guess it depends on your business model. You have some owner operators who own a company and they're hand and foot in there. They're working a 9 to 5. They're doing everything it takes to
maybe
make
I'm
this business
biased.
a success.
You know, people I like. I like the people who
That's
get their hands
hands-on.
dirty. Like,
see, I'm the opposite.
cause I like to get my hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it from all angles, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And that's from design. That's from, you know, marketing. That's from, you know, powwow meetings that we have. Analyzing a client's project at the moment, whatever the case may be, you know, I like it all. I take it all.
Right.
So, you know, the thing is with my approach is to just be hands-on at every angle, but also, you know, I'm here to learn as well. Like I like learning about different industries, so having different types of clients gives me that, you know, where I'm able to kind of learn about, you know, who they are, what they're doing, and why they're doing it.
Right. Right there. I like the more business model where you hire and you put those people in place and you pull back. I like the more managerial type business model to where, you know, you own the company and then you create that team. Of course, you know, you figure out what roles and responsibilities they need, and you put an assistant manager or business manager in place who's going to be responsible for the operation, so you can just sit back and only handle like the high risk issues and things. I kind of like that business model, because you can be on vacation and your business just running smoothly and you don't have to care the world.
I see that down the road, not necessarily up front, but to your point, how important is having a team? And like, let's say it's just you by yourself building a business. Well, when do you know you need a team?
Well, you should know before you even start doing something by yourself. Of course, you know, we preach business plans. We tell people you need that plan in order to create the business model, because with creating your business model, you're able to determine who you need. So for example, like you own your own company. You know exactly what the products and services are that you're going to fulfill, because whether you're buying it and reselling or whether you're actually making it yourself, you can't fulfill everything.
Right.
You know, so even if you're starting out hand making items, you're doing your own website, you're selling it, you're shipping it, you're doing all that. What is your goal? Is your goal to really make money? Because if so, you're gonna have to target hundreds of customers in order to make profits instead of 1 or 2 shipments here and there. Right. So if you're targeting 100 customers to make a profit, one thing, of course, you have to talk about is your break even. So even if you think, hey, I have the perfect product, I got the perfect setup, you may not end up making money either way, because you're spending all your money on raw materials and you're not paying yourself. So that's one of the big things there. But when you're doing your business plan, it gives you the opportunity to figure out who do I need and what they're gonna be responsible for doing. So like I said, you start by yourself, eventually you're gonna burn out, or it's just gonna flop, because it's like, if you're really in it to make money, you can't do it on your own.
So regardless, you gotta have a team.
You need a team.
Gotcha.
You need a team. Now, whether that team is you and a personal assistant that picks up some of the slack, it's okay. You know, whether that team is you and then a CPA and then your attorney and then your PR.
Let me say this. I think about, it's this picture of Jeff Bezos, right? And it was before Amazon was Amazon. He was, I believe, working in his garage. And it's just a picture of one man on a mission. That's what it looks like with a computer.
Right.
You know, kind of reminiscent of how I feel about myself. We started out with one laptop.
Right.
But look at where he's at now. He's a billionaire 10 times over, whatever the case may be.
Right.
Did he have a team at that moment?
That picture was probably great marketing, because who took the picture? Did he take a picture himself?
I'm assuming his wife took it.
Did he do the editing? Did he do, you know, that's when I see photos like that, I'm thinking that's just great marketing, and his message worked. Because when you see that picture, you think it's probably just him. And it probably did start out as him. But I guarantee you, probably by the time that picture was made, somebody else was behind that camera taking that picture.
I mean, at some point,
somebody was giving him direction.
Right.
Somebody was running something online while he was there taking pictures. So it's always some behind the scenes you don't see.
And that's why I said, like, you know, do you need a team right off the bat? Because I'm sure it started out with him.
Right.
But at some point, he knew he had to hire more manpower to do what he needed to do for the company. Which is something that I myself, I'm not going to say I battled that a lot, but I'm always like, okay, it's now the right time. You know what I'm saying? To bring more people in. So while we're at it, you know what I'm saying? I want to stop and give a good shout out to our intern / director of videography, Ron Abrams. He came on board probably about 2 or 3 months ago now, and we just been knocking it out the park with these campaigns, pulling up on clients, taking pictures, doing photo shoots on the spot. So, you know, hey man, we building our team right now.
Yeah.
Get what I'm saying? Yeah. So
that's one thing we did battle with in the beginning, because we were like, we started this thing, we're gonna end this thing, you know, and then quickly, while we were doing our business plan, it was like, no way, we're trying to do this. We're gonna need a director here, we need one here, we need one here. Right. And y'all know we like traveling, so it's kind of like, eventually we know we're gonna take our hands off this thing and be like,
for sure,
you go manager, do your thing, you know. But yeah, a good team is definitely needed.
By the way, we are in the market for a PR manager. We also need content creators, influencers. Big shouts out to Asia. You know, she just came in, knocked out a phenomenal photo shoot for us. So, you know, we going up, man. Yeah. We doing some things out here in the world. Yeah.
Number 4 on your do list for marketing is your timeline. So we talked about goals and objectives. We talked about budget. We talked about team. After you get that team, your timeline. You have to figure out how long do you have to run this campaign. You know, a lot of people do start their campaigns without one. There's no timeline whatsoever. It's like, hey, we just know we need to do this by Christmas, and that's it. It's just like, okay, well, what steps are you gonna take between now and Christmas? I don't know. I need to get this done. Okay, but what comes first? You know, so again, you have to go back to creating that timeline. What does that look like? Step 1 all the way to 10, basically. And it takes your team's input. So say, for instance, if you're doing, you know, if videography and billboards and things like that are part of your campaign, you need to figure out who's going to design it. So automatically you need a graphic designer on your team. And then you have to consider what their project, a great one, yes. Then you have to consider what's their lead time. You know, if you get a great designer, obviously he's not only working on your campaign. So he may say, hey, I can get you all this that you need by a certain time, but then, hey, I got all these other projects, so my lead time may be 20 days. You may not have 20 days. So doing that thought process of how long should something take, what do I need first versus last, that keeps you on track to a great marketing campaign, because it gives you deadlines and time frames for everything. So that's number 4.
Definitely.
Yeah.
What's number 5?
Number 5 is you have to have good quality graphics, basically. When it comes to the creation and the design portion of your project, you have to determine, what does that look like? What is your printed, online, offline marketing material looks like? Get with your designer, and it has to be high quality.
So I can speak to that.
You definitely can speak to that.
Yeah, so a lot of times, you know, I'm out here on the internet, Instagram, Facebook, I'm looking at your graphics. You know, you say you're a business owner, first thing I'm looking at is your graphics. I'm a design brand guy, I'm a marketing director, my brain is trained that way. So, you know, a lot of times what I see out here in the field, I'm not necessarily impressed with, and that's because, you know, I've seen it all. And the ones that stand out to me are the high quality designs, the one with a vector logo the logo makes sense as soon as you look at it. It's okay to, you know, have a million ideas and want your brand to represent, you know, this, that, and the third. But if it doesn't make sense to the audience, then why are you doing it? You know, if the purple and pink doesn't mix well with yellow, then why are you doing it? You know, you gotta, basically what I'm saying is you have to find the right balance for your brand, and you have to know how to speak to that. And I think a lot of people try to take on that task themselves instead of going to a professional who specializes in creating a brand from top to bottom, who specializes in you know, being able to take your brand from A to Z, you know, they can recognize where your brand isn't so sharp and then sharpen it up for you. It's layers to this, guys. And, you know, that's what we have to be mindful of when we go out here and present our business, because if you say you're a business owner and you put your logo out there, your business is always on Front Street. You know what I'm saying? People can go to it 2 o'clock in the morning, be looking at what you are about. And one of the things that I'm most proud about our company is the first thing out of people's mouth is, man, we love your website, or we love the logo, or we love the graphics. And to me, as a marketing director, that really speaks to me, because that's my goal, is to, you know, create sharp looking, high quality graphics, visuals, whether it be, you know, a static image or a video. So, you know, that's something that we're constantly working on. I said it in a post the other day, we're quality fanatics. And I meant that because, you know, the better the quality is, the bigger you look. Not just on paper, but, you know, in perspective.
Right.
You know?
So how do you recommend they do that? Like when they know, hey, I need this type of person to fill these roles, and I need all this. How do you recommend they start? Do you suggest they get the graphic designer for the website first and then do the logo? Like what's your input there?
I mean, I would honestly say try to find a designer that can do everything that you need them to do. Like, so if it's designing the logo, designing your website, you know, designing your flyers, whatever the case may be. And the reason why I say that is because if you like their style, you're gonna keep that cohesive look. If you go to Bob the designer, and then you go to Trey the designer, and then you go to, you know, Jamari the designer, you're gonna get 3 different types of designs. Like, it's just no way around it. Now, color scheme might not change or anything, but the look is gonna be different. So that's why I feel like you really have to do your homework. And if you find a designer who, you know, they have a great style and you like it, go with them. You know, don't second guess that, because the minute you go to Fiverr and get this designer, you're gonna get something that looks like everybody else's stuff.
Right.
And that may not necessarily be what you want for your brand. I hope not, at least. You know, I like to work on brands to where, you know, we can make it unique. How can we make this brand stand out amongst the competition? Yeah. How can we make this brand be timeless for the next 10 years, 20 years? You know what I'm saying? That type of thing. So that's where my mindset is always going, as far as like when I'm analyzing a logo or a brand, an entire brand, whatever the case may be, you know. And so I always try to pull our clients into that visual perspective and give them that, educate them. I'm gonna say educate them on that, because a lot of times they don't know. They don't know that a logo needs to be vector. They don't know that, you know, an image that's blurry doesn't look good.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Next to an image that's high quality.
Right.
You know, and you should care, because at the end of the day, it's your brand representation. And I feel like we master that, because again, on every call we get, and that's not a brag or anything, but that's something that I always look for when we have consultations. Did you see that website? How did you find us?
Right.
Oh, I found you guys, and I saw your YouTube videos, I saw your Instagram, and it was just popping.
Right.
So
it's definitely important. Yeah. Get you a designer or a one-stop shop marketing agency that does it all. So make sure you're putting out high quality everything, and don't half-step it.
Definitely. And again, if you like their style, go with them, you know. Yeah. As long as they handle their business now, if you like their style and they're not necessarily a good business person, that's a whole other story.
Right.
But, you know, if you get with somebody that you like, man, stick with them and invest in them. I'm pretty sure they're going to invest in you as well, as far as turning over super high quality graphics and logos and all that good stuff.
Yeah. So next we have strategy. So once you come up with the budget, you know who your team members are going to be, you know all that good stuff as far as the design, you need to get your team together, and you guys need a strategy. You know, you need to figure out not just your timeline, what we're going to do first and all that. Your strategy takes it a step further. It's going to take those creative elements plus your goals, and it's going to put everything into a whole nother timeline. So when it comes to strategy, you have to consider everybody's input. You know, hey, can we do this first? Can we do that first? And then you're gonna have your PR person speak up, and you're gonna have your graphic designer speak up. You're gonna have everybody coming in together to come up with that strategy. That way, you can hit the ground running once you formulate exactly who's gonna do what, who's gonna do it when, and how. And then last but not least, you have to figure out how you're gonna measure the success of your campaign. Once you get everything put together, you get everybody in place, you have that strategy, you know what you need to do, how are you gonna come back and measure that? What is your keys to success? You know, is it going to be based on you evaluating your website traffic 3 months later? Is it going to be, you know, you doing surveys to your existing client base? How are you going to measure that campaign to know that it's successful? Because if not, it's kind of like you did all that for nothing.
Right.
And with that comes your analytics. That's the most important part of the whole campaign is you evaluate, and then you need to come up with those analytics and figure out how everything performed, basically.
Not to cut you off, but something I wanted to ask you. When someone starts a business and they start seeing success, they start seeing the money rolling in, they start seeing the clients come. Does that mean they're doing everything right at that moment? And to keep doing that? Or do they need to figure out their weaknesses while they're still doing good stuff? Like, does that make sense? Like, they're doing something right, obviously, but should they be trying to figure out what they're doing wrong to get better on that so that they can continue to going up?
Right. Well, if it's not broke, don't fix it, you know? But there's 2 questions I heard. With your strengths and weaknesses question, you got to figure that out, do your planning part before you hire people, before you even figure out anything. So determining your strengths and weaknesses is called your SWOT analysis. You know, your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. That is all wrapped up in part of your goals. Once you identify what you want to do, take a step back and say, hey, where am I strong at? What am I weak at? And then again, that helps you determine who you need to hire. Because if you're not good at it, somebody else needs to do it.
Right.
And then if you're operating and you're getting business and you're being successful, again, it depends on what your keys to success are. When you did your goals and you determine, hey, once we hit 100 clients, this campaign is a success. Once we reach $100,000, this campaign is a success. So as long as you're hitting those success markers, yeah, it is successful. But if you're just making money and clients are calling, consultations are rolling in and things like that, but you're not meeting your goals, meaning, hey, you've been in operation for a year and the clients are rolling in, but you're not meeting your mark of 100 sales a month. It's not successful. Even though it's profitable, it's not successful.
Right.
So making profits and being successful is 2 different things.
I like how you broke that down.
Yeah, your success depends on your goals. So
it always gonna lead back to them goals.
It always leads to the goals.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Good breakdown.
Yeah. So in a nutshell, that's the do's and don'ts of marketing.
So what number we on now? 7?
That's everything. We don't wrap. Well, you launch, of course.
Okay.
You know, after you get the strategy and after you determine what your evaluation and analytics are gonna look like, you launch that campaign and get out there.
So the client has done everything. They came up with the idea. They reached out to the Swink agency. They got with the Swink agency. We cranked out a phenomenal brand. They got their logo on point. They got their t-shirts popping. What now? I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take off. I'm ready to launch.
Now you take all that hard work, you take all those analytics, and then you figure out what that next goal is. Is it to launch back to the goals? Is it to launch another campaign? Or was that campaign a part of your grand launch? And now you're just ready to continue to hit the ground running with your operations. So there's a lot of different reasons why you would do a marketing campaign, you know? So at the end of each one, you just take a step back and figure out if it was successful, what is that next step?
So let's think about that client who's done everything on the checklist, right? We figured out the solution to that next step. And it's called the Big Shebang package. Care to speak to that?
Let's do it. All right, guys. So if you have been checking out our videos, you've heard us say the Big Shebang, the Big Shebang, the Big Shebang. You know, we have spoke that sucker up. So basically, our Big Shebang package is your solution to the question, what next? You know, I have my brand put together. I have my business model. I have some great marketing material. I know what I need to do, but what do I do next? So our Big Shebang is an upgrade to that VIP package. So it's a membership. So when you come to us, not only do we help build that brand, create that business model, and use some great marketing materials, but we take it a step further. upgrade to one of our Big Shebang memberships. And basically what you get is you get us for half a year or a whole year, depending on which membership you go with. At the end of creating your brand, creating your business plan, doing your logo, your business cards, website, social media, t-shirts, all that good stuff that comes with our VIP package, we take it a step further and we do your grand launch party. One thing, of course, was in high demand. Everybody was asking, man, look, I got my services. What next? Do we just part ways? It's like, no, we got you. Hey, now we're going to have that grand launch party so we can celebrate all the hard work that we did. So that grand launch party, of course, exclusive to you and your guest list only. Of course, it comes with a champagne toast. It comes with a CEO speech. It comes with some goodie bags for your guests. It comes with a lot of that stuff.
Not only that, we're going to record the whole event.
Oh, yes.
So, we'll put together a video, all of that good stuff, to capture that memory of you launching your successful business.
Oh, yeah. Big Shebang, baby.
The Big Shebang.
So you get a choice of what membership you want, half-year membership or the full. If you go with the half, you get 6 months of everything. Strategy, graphic designing, social media marketing, anything you need for your business, we got you. It even includes on-call calls. So if it's 12 o'clock, send a text message. Don't call my phone at 12. But send a text message or send an email. But it comes with pretty much round-the-clock support. So if you feel like anything is going wrong, you can reach out and say, hey, y'all, look, I don't know what to do. What do I do? Or I was approached by somebody for an offer. I don't know how to go about doing it. We got you when it comes to that strategy, designing, your business model, anything after that party. So it's not just like we're going to party with you and celebrate and that's it. Nope, you got us for a full 6 months. If you want the full year package, you got us for 12 months. So you don't have to worry about anything.
Unlimited designs.
Everything.
Just think about that. That's just one thing. Unlimited designs. Meaning, if you need ads, if you need flyers, you need posters, you need retractable banners, you need step and repeat banners. Whatever you need, we're going to take care of it for you.
Yeah. So the Big Shebang is that big value that it goes a long way.
Most definitely. And the Big Shebang, it's a game changer, if you will, because again, we've dealt with so many clients who kind of feel like, we just sent them off and they didn't know where to go after that. And that's why Sandra and I even came up with the Big Shebang, because we didn't want to just do that anymore, because now we want to take it a step further. That's what we all about.
Right.
At the Swink Agency is always elevating the game and changing it, and not necessarily making the rules, but definitely breaking them, for sure.
And clients feel like family. So even it was bittersweet, even before the Big Shebang, it was kind of like we have the VIP and it's a wrap and they have everything they need and they just go off to the sunset. For me, it always felt like one of the kids leaving the home or something. It's just kind of like, hey, we did all this. And, oh man, they're gone now. So then it's kind of like, let's see if they need our help eventually, So the Big Shebang was that solution, letting you know, hey, the doors are still open. And I can't wait. It's selling.
One of the things that I really love about the Big Shebang package is, the client is able to optimize, their resources at that moment to the highest degree. Meaning, if you have people that you want to bring aboard and be a part of your team, that's the perfect time to start having those conversations. Because, us as your marketing agency, we're going to help you figure it out every step of the way. And this right here is just going to further prepare you for your future success and to get you in the door to whatever you're trying to accomplish. Again, whether it be money, whatever you're in business for.
Right.
You know why you're in business, but I'm basically saying in a nutshell, the Big Shebang is for that entrepreneur who doesn't want to stop. You built a great brand, but now you want to see what this brand could do, how it can perform out here in the real world, real-time market. And that's the perfect time to get all that together with the Swink Agency.
So yeah, if you are interested, even if you have been a past client and you've already purchased your VIP and you went about your business, come back. Log on to that website, complete the consultation form, and we will be in touch.
So guys, it's been a pleasure talking to you today about the do's and don'ts of marketing. I hope we touched on a lot of things that you guys have questions about. If you have any further questions, be sure to hit us up in the email at info@theswinkagency.com. You can visit our website at theswinkagency.com, or you can give us a call at 404-980-9991. But till next time, I'm DeRico Swink on behalf of the Swink Agency.
And I'm Sandra Swink on behalf of the Swink Agency.
Y'all know what time it is, man. Peace.
Hold on. Don't click off just yet. I want to make sure they have heard about the Big Shebang.
Big Shebang, huh?
Oh, the Big Shebang, I don't think they've heard.
We're going to put them up on game then.
All right, so our Big Shebang package is the upgrade to our VIP packages. And you guys know what the VIP package is.
Oh, for sure.
They've been selling like hotcakes, and you guys have been doing those consultations for it. So not only do we have the grand VIP package, but our Big Shebang is the upgrade in memberships to that. So you have the opportunity of choosing the diamond membership or the platinum membership. And what you get basically is once you purchase that VIP package and you upgrade, we do that grand lunch party. We celebrate you. You get your grand lunch party complete with your champagne toast. You get your exclusive guest list. You get your own step and repeat banner with your logo that we just designed. Hello. So you get that. You also get gift bags, and every guest that you do invite get those goodie bag as well. If you want the 6-month support, that comes with unlimited graphic design, unlimited services, basically with your package. So if you need strategy help, if you need input, you need proposals, anything like that within 6 months, we got you. If you want 12 months, of course, I suggest you do 12 months because more bang for your buck again. But with our 12-month or our platinum package, you get 12-month support of everything. That's social media management and marketing. That's your apparel printing. Whatever you need for 12 months, we got you. So that is our Big Shebang packages in a nutshell. So if you need more information, click this button above and follow that link.
At theswinkagency.com.
At theswinkagency.com.
See you online. Matter of fact, I'm about to go log on.
I think I rushed that.